This little chocolate boy from the south side of Chicago. Chi-town in the house. I am going to put this microphone on the stage and I am going to levitate this high off the ground for a period of no longer than about 10 to 12 seconds. Oh yeah, I will. There are no wires, but that's only if you all treat me well. All right, first let me make sure you know who you're dealing with. See, I was a 17-year-old college freshman when my mother dropped me off at Illinois State University and I met the first white people my own age. My mother dropped off Bryant Smith, and 5 minutes after she left the campus, my alter ego emerged. See, I'm too smooth, a Romeo, pimp playing a gigolo, can sell ice cubes to an Eskimo, because I'm too smooth, the Romeo. Now see, some of you aren't ready to deal with a too smooth when he comes through your orientation session because he doesn't know anything about diversity. He doesn't know anything about positivity. He doesn't know anything but hard work and hard times. So when he comes to that campus, you get a chance to mold his mind and help him become a person who then turns around and helps thousands of other people in the future. Now, I don't have the time to go into my entire story, but let's just say I had a few pitfalls along the way. And that's not bad because they made me who I am today. But one of the things that I learned about was the whole concept of diversity. So I decided I would put it together in a poem. Are you ready for the poem? The poem goes something like this. It's called Diversity. I used to see the world in shades of black and white, but now I'm more concerned about seeing what's wrong and right. No, I don't care about petty little things like were you born on the wrong or right side of the tracks. I'm more concerned about things like were you wrong or right for putting that kid in school on a track, relegating some to targets, putting a bullseye on their back. You see, I'm tired of waking up full in a world where the majority does not have enough to eat. My mind wrestles with visions of starving nations, and it's getting harder for me to sleep. I'm worried about those American seeds that we will sow and those that we will reap. Now, if you view yourself as a global citizen, then those troubles begin to seem so small. And in that same token, heroes and heroines unspoken begin to stand tall. No longer is dreams just limited to a Dr. Martin Luther King. And not only in America did freedom ever ring, nor are blonde-haired, blue-eyed white males the only representation of a supreme being. Pause for a moment, and you'll see what I mean. Dogs get beaten and people go to jail, but people get dogged and we say, oh well. Let me repeat that. Dogs get beaten and people go to jail, but when the spirits of people are broken, we fail to act, that is, as if it is not our concern. People, when will we learn? Now, I don't hate animals, nor do I condone acts of violence. I'm just questioning why when it comes to the abuse of people, so many sit in silence. See, we're only as strong as the weakest link in our chain. And if you're worried about our DNA, well, when it comes to that, we are 99.9% the same. Man-made things like race, religion, and sexual orientation. Were you born with a silver spoon in your mouth or farming the land on some plantation? Republican, Democrat, what's your affiliation? Crips, Bloods, or some other larger warring nation? It's wearing down my patience, adding to my frustrations. Life is supposed to offer so much more than this. So bury me face down so my behind they can all kiss. Because if this is the best that we have to give, then I overstand the pain of those who no longer want to live. And like the South did to the North at the end of the Civil War, I sort of concede that those who claim to love me the most may not be able to fulfill all my needs. The pastors of the culture that I hold so close, they may also be the cause of such pain. So I step back and I refrain, no longer willing to be in the game, because it's hard to win when the rules never stay the same. And just when I think I have it figured out, fear, hatred, yell out, surprise, and make me doubt myself, my wealth, my height, my weight, the color of my skin. Through all of this turmoil, I might just miss the friend that I could have had. No, I should have had. Can't just walk away and say, oh, my bad. The world misses out and we get played like characters on Shakespeare's stage. To be or not to be, that is the question they ask. Like Paul Laurence Dunbar, we wear the mask that grins and lies, that hides my cheeks and shades my eyes. It's getting hard to focus on the prize. A world where people are judged by the content of the character that they present, instead of being limited by the physical qualities and taught to resent. A world where diversity is more than just a word, a time when the voices of the children can still be heard. A future where bigotry is absurd. I used to see the world in shades of black and white, but now I'm more concerned about helping her to become right. A diversity. All right. That poem is a culmination of my experiences as traveling this country and this world. I've seen things that no person should have to endure. But on the blessed side, I guess I can say I haven't had to endure all of the things that I have seen. Those of you who are on college campuses in the roles that you are, orientation leaders, ambassadors, whatever your title, you hold in the palm of your hand the future of every student that you encounter. It's a great responsibility, but I know you are ready for it. And if you weren't ready before you got here, I know now that you've come here and learned the skill sets that you've learned, been inspired by your peers and by a few words that some speakers such as myself have presented to you, you can do great things. But I'm concerned slightly that when you leave here, you might forget these lessons. So before I step forward and levitate as I have promised, I want to challenge you to always leave the campus and the people that come into your care better than they were when you found them. So with your permission, I'm going to need some positive energy to get this levitation going. So you all are familiar with David Blaine, correct? Every now and then, if you watch the David Blaine special, he levitates and it freaks all the people out around him. Do not make a stampede and run out of here when I start flying. Now, in order for this to work, I'm going to need some silence and positive energy beamed at me through your thoughts. And the hater that was sitting over there, I'm going to need you not to hate, okay? All right. Oh, and by the way, somewhere in this conference, there's a person that had a purple and gold shirt that said, "I bleed purple and gold." Whoever you are, yeah. I have a book to give whoever wants to trade me some t-shirts that say that. All right. Here we go. Levitate. Ready? All right. I'm gonna put the mic down, but y'all still be quiet, okay? Y'all know I can't fly. Now, wait a minute. Here's the deal. 10 minutes ago, the majority of you never even knew me. And in less than 10 minutes, even the haters, I was able to convince that I might be able to do it. Even contrary to the fact that your education up until this point has taught you it is impossible for man to fly without some kind of mechanical gadgets. But you were willing to believe in me and give me the benefit of the doubt. And that benefit of the doubt almost lifted my little black such and such off this stage. And as I get ready to put this mic down for the final time, I want to leave you with a thought. You didn't know me. And in 10 minutes, you were willing to put your faith and your trust in me and give me positive energy. And that positive energy was going to be enough to lift me off this stage. Imagine how powerful your campus could be if you took that same positive energy and that same faith you put in me, who you've only known for 10 minutes, into yourself, who you've known your entire life.